Hello crafters, this is Yana Smakula. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have an unboxing and assembling video for you featuring a new storage product from Spellbinders called Assemble and Store Glimmer Hot Foil Roll Station. I'm a big fan of the Glimmer hot foiling system and I have a lot of different foil roll colors. To me, foiling is like stamping on steroids. And similar to stamping, where one has all sorts of different colors of ink, I have all sorts of different foil roll colors. If you watched my IKEA craft room video, I'll have a link to it here if you haven't seen it, you might have seen how I store my foil. It sits on an IKEA shelf above my pegboard that sits above my IKEA workstation. The way I had my foil organized before was fine, it was sitting on the shelf, but foil roll could easily fall, and like dominoes, it would force the other foil rolls to fall with it if I wasn't too careful. So that was the downside of storing my foil like that. With this new system, I don't have this problem anymore, and my foil sits in place nicely, and there are no more dominoes falling. So Spellbinders has developed a new storage system designed specifically to hold Glimmer foil, and they made it so that it fits on the IKEA Moslanda. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but so that it fits on the IKEA picture ledge shelf perfectly. Now, if you have a shorter shelf, you can fit 2 of these foil roll stations on it. If you have the longer shelf, you'll be able to fit 4 of those. I have many of these shelves in my craft room, so this storage solution is simply perfect for me. In fact, when Spellbinders was designing this product, I asked if they could make it so that it would fit this particular shelf nicely. I know many of us have these shelves in our craft rooms, so that was my thinking behind it. When you take your foil roll station out of the packaging, this is what it looks like. As the name suggests, this is the product that you have to assemble. It is assemble and store. It comes unassembled and you have to put it together yourself. It is very easy to do and it only takes a few minutes. You have several pieces. There's the base shelf piece, that's that larger piece. Then you have the second shelf piece, that's the skinny long piece. There are also 2 side pieces and these form the sides of the station. And finally, I have 2 piles of holders. These are what hold the foil rolls in place. And like I said, there are 2 kinds of those holders. There are also some white rubber rings, and these are what will hold all of the pieces together. This is like the screws for this storage piece. You don't need any tools to assemble this product, just your fingers. You'll want to assemble the top shelf first, or you can assemble the bottom shelf first. It doesn't really matter, but make sure you assemble one shelf at a time. To do it, insert the foil roll holder pieces to create one holder. And then insert it through the opening into the shelf. You can see that it sticks out from the other side. Now take one of those rings and put it on the end that's sticking out. The ring stretches and it fits over the holder easily. It also prevents the holder from falling out. Here's a closer look. Now repeat and insert the rest of the holders. In one shelf fits 6 holders to hold 6 rolls of foil. So here's what it looks like once assembled. Just set it aside for now. Next, do the same for the bottom piece. Assemble the holders, insert them into the opening, and add the rubber ring from the other side to hold it in place. There are 4 different products in the Spellbinders Assemble and Store collection. Aside from this foil roll station, there's also a die cutting station that holds cutting plates and various Spellbinders tools. I don't have the die cutting station yet, but it is on its way here, so I'll show it once I receive it. And there are also 2 storage crates, a small and a large one, and the storage crates can hold any type of product like stamps or die sets or glimmer plates, anything like that. My personal favorite is the foil roll station because that's the storage solution that I needed the most for my craft room. And then the die cutting station is the runner-up. I'm excited to receive it. I want to put it together and test to see how it's going to work for my craft room, as I actually do struggle with finding the perfect place for my cutting plates. So hopefully it will be a nice storage solution for my table. Once you've assembled the holders, you have two pieces that look like this, a bottom shelf and a top shelf. Next, add the two side pieces. Insert one into the bottom shelf piece and add two rubber rings to hold it in place. Then add the other side and again, add two rings to hold it in place. Next, notice these two notches in the side pieces. That's where you slide the top shelf in. Very easy. You don't need to add any more rubber rings. The top shelf sits in place nicely. You can slide it out if needed, but it isn't going to fall out or anything like that. And the foil roll station is assembled. To add your foil, simply slide a roll on top and it sits nicely in place. I've added 12 rolls of foil to one station. That's how many foil rolls one station holds. And I love the way it looks and the way it holds my foil. Now, if you label your foil rolls like I do by cutting the barcode from the packaging and placing it on the inside of the foil roll, you'll want to store it that way up because the barcode will make it somewhat difficult to insert the foil into the holder. Now, the only problem that there is with this storage system is that the foil unrolls on its own. This doesn't bother me, I don't mind it, but if it bothers you, you can add a piece of low-tech tape to your foil to hold it in place. Most of my foil is now organized on these two foil roll stations. The other foil sits on the shelf next to it the way it did before. I do plan to add 2 more of these foil roll stations to my craft room so that I have all of my foil properly organized for easy access. I have a link to the foil roll station in my video description below. I am really quite satisfied with this product. I really do love the way it holds the foil and the way it sits on my shelf. And it's a good one to add to your craft room if you're looking for foil storage. Thanks so much for joining me today. Love you guys, and I'll see you next time.